what I find in myself and heard others from Karen's Patreon community echoing is, how do you discover and see these chronic patterns of thoughts and emotions that you've spent so much time becoming blind to and not seeing in the first place? How do you regain that capacity to see that clearly?
So you have to have a bird's eye view in order to see those patterns. You have to rise above your what we've been calling your little human self. You have to continually and constantly remind yourself that you're the observer of the contents of your consciousness, not the contents of your consciousness. So just remember that when you're not looking at your thoughts and your thoughts are just circulating in your mental body, if you're not looking at them as the observer, then what else aren't you doing? You're not questioning them. If you're not questioning them, then there's no awareness of whether or not they might be true. They're just running the show, as you might say. And then that dominant emotional tone that accompanies those mental constructs and those mental beliefs becomes your comfort zone, as we were speaking before. So many of you are in this comfort zone, and we were saying in that video how, what is the chronic emanation? What is the chronic vibration? If there's chronic pain, it's an indication of a misalignment of energy. But so many of you are in kind of this comfort zone of, well, this is the emotional energy. This is the energetic frequency that I've felt for many years. You just take that for granted as, well, this is just what's normal. You can't sense on an experiential level that there is a higher energy or more of a flow of energy that is seeking to express through you. So this is why we need the intermission and the bird's eye view, so that you can gain that sense of what is running in this construct. You have to remember, you have to start to look at the human construct. We suggest that you start using the words the instead of my. What's running in the mind? What's happening in the body? What's happening in the emotional system? When you detach your identity from your human construct and you begin to, in a neutral way, objectively observe what's actually happening and not be identified with it, that's when powerful changes can take place. But when you are linking your identity with your thoughts, or when you're linking your identity with your dominant emotional state, it's very hard to separate those two, because your egoic construct, your lower mind, your surface mind, it fears that if I separate those two things, well, do I even exist anymore? There's almost like a fear of death. So you have to continually remind yourself that who you are is the one watching it all unfold. Who you are is this animating energy, this life force. You're not the body, you're not the mental body, you're not the emotional body, you're the source energy that is seeking to express itself through those things. You can only do so when you start to release all the perceptions that aren't in alignment with that source self.